Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for Sunday Night Football, Week 11, between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday, November 21st, 2021. My name is Steve, and we're going to have three picks here for you today that I think are great value bets for this Sunday Night Football game. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support in the channel. If you are new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're trying to reach 900 subscribers here by the end of the week. Also, be sure to check out our community Discord. I'll have a link in the comment section and in the description to that. It's a great place to connect with our community. Be sure to also place your favorite bet down below in the comment section. Your favorite pick for this game. If you'd like it included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include it in the video if it hits. Now getting into the results from the previous episode. So for our comment cappers, we had got to get the bag again. Calling the Mac Jones under 251.5 passing yards there for the Patriots at minus 115. Cashed that one rather easily there, so great hit there for Gotta Get the Bag. As far as our stream results, we went 1-1. We were able to cash the Patriots minus 6.5 spread. They won very easily in this game, and just missed on the Jacoby Myers longest reception over 20.5 yards. He had a catch of 18 down the middle, in which he left some yards on the table too. But what can you do? We're going to get after it today, though, guys. We're going to get this 3-0. So let's get right into our picks. At number one, we are going with Pat Freiermuth over 34.5 receiving yards here for the Steelers at minus 110 odds. Also, a high recommendation for Pat Freiermuth anytime touchdown as well at plus 250. That is great value. I'll be playing that as well. But the over for receiving yards is my official play here. He has cashed this in 3 of his last 4 games, and he recorded 31 yards in the one loss that he had. So obviously, we'd like to see that, with him being right there, even in the loss. He's got 29 targets in his last 4 games, so we love to see that. Obviously, he has been really beasting the last couple weeks. You've been hearing his name a lot of comparisons to Heath Miller, the former Steelers tight end, and he fits the mold. He's a typical Steelers tight end. And he's drawing a great matchup here. He's hot right now, and he's drawing a terrific matchup here with the Chargers, who allow the 4th most receiving yards to tight ends. They allow the 2nd most touchdowns to tight ends. So they really have problems covering the middle of the field. They have an excellent secondary, but they don't cover the middle of the field so well. So this is really going to create some opportunities for Freiermuth. That's why I love his touchdown, too. I almost made his touchdown an official play, honestly, too. Take it for what it is. I'm going to play it. It's not official, but I'm going to play the anytime touchdown, too. There's no reason not to. Freiermuth, to go along with this, he's got three of his 4 touchdowns on the season coming in his last 3 weeks. So, in a game where he had 2 touchdowns and another game where he had 1. So, obviously, I love seeing that. For the value, I don't think you could beat it. 2.5 times your money. So I love it there, guys. It's my favorite pick of the night, honestly. So take it there for your number 1 pick. Pat Freiermuth over 34.5 receiving yards here for the Steelers at minus 110 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we're going with Keenan Allen over 73.5 receiving yards here for the Chargers at minus 110 odds. So coming into this game, we got some big injuries on the side for the Steelers. We got both T.J. Watt and Minkah Fitzpatrick out, so that is huge. That's going to affect the pass defense a lot, I'm afraid. The pass rush, and then on the back end with Fitzpatrick, it doesn't get any better than him. So they're definitely going to miss those 2 pieces. Keenan Allen is actually 4-1 to this line at home this year, so he really performs well at home. He's 6-3 overall on the season to this line, and he's hot right now, right? He's got 35 targets in his last 3 weeks. I love seeing that. They're throwing him the ball a ton lately, despite the fact that their offense has actually been struggling a little bit. Keenan Allen has not missed a beat. Coming into this game, Steelers are 15th in yards and yards allowed to wide receivers, which you'd be like, you're not really gaining much of an edge. But like I said, with these injuries, expect that to get worse here. They're not going to look like an average. I think they're going to look pretty bad in pass defense as well as the run defense. I think the Steelers are going to have a hard time really stopping the Chargers tonight as far as getting up and down the field. Performance in the red zone, we'll see. Sometimes the Chargers really do struggle to cap off drives, but as far as getting up and down the field, I'm expecting that to happen here for the Chargers. like I said, the injuries are huge here, and it's like you also got to consider the Chargers in their own right are the 7th best passing offense coming in as well. So, they got that going for them, and Keenan Allen's one of the best wide receivers that we have still in football. So, I love it there, guys. For our number 2 pick, Keenan Allen over 73.5 receiving yards here for the Chargers at -110 odds. Okay, and finally at number 3, we are rolling with the over 47.5 points in this Steelers-Chargers game at -110 odds. So yeah, I mentioned the injuries, right? On the part for the Steelers with Fitzpatrick and Watt. I think that's huge. I think that's going to play a huge role in this game. I think there's going to be a lot of points on the board. Right there, we'll start with the Chargers. They're definitely going to score some points. And then you look at the Chargers in the last 5 games. They're allowing over 30 points a game in the last 5, an average of over 30 points a game in the last 5. So their defense has not been performing very well either. The run defense is horrible, so I'm expecting Najee Harris to have a big night here for the Steelers as well. I was looking at his props, but his rushing totals were up in the 80s, and I just didn't really feel comfortable with the really high ones. Even the Keenan Allen one, I was back and forth on one for a while. Normally I don't play the big ones, but there's nothing wrong with playing the big ones if they have a high trend, especially in a good matchup. You can't deny it. So, I'm expecting the Chargers to regain a little bit of that offensive mojo that they had from earlier in the season. They have struggled a little bit here in recent weeks, but they haven't been drawing great matchups either. I mean, they had to play that Patriots defense, and that's obviously pretty tough. And they were still able to score 24 on that game. And looking back on it, it's like, yeah. The way the Patriots defense is performing, that's actually not that bad. And same thing, the Vikings defense has actually been performing better too, believe it or not. So, I think, here, to me, the over's got to come in. The injuries, Steelers are definitely going to give up points. Even with Watt and Fitzpatrick in there, I saw a lot of holes in the Steelers defense. They were a fringe good defense, right? They weren't a great defense. They were a fringe good defense. Without those 2 playmakers, I'm willing to say they might be a bad defense, just on both ends. They can't stop the run. Couldn't stop the run versus Detroit last week. DeAndre Swift ran all over them last week, and that game ended up being tied. So I love it there for number 3 pick, guys. Over 47.5 points in this Steelers-Chargers game at -110 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our official picks. I did have a few additional thoughts on this game. Yeah, so I went back to the tight end props in this game, right? I think Pat Freiermuth is going to have a big day. I think that's where you want to be. If I were to recommend, no, I'm not going to do this personally, but if you wanted to go heavier on something, it would be Pat Freiermuth for me. That's definitely the pick of the night, I think, that I see. Just as far as a trend and the matchup, you got to love it. And it's anytime touchdown. I don't think you could beat it there at plus 250. I think the value on that is phenomenal. Even on the part for, other things you could look at, that I found in my research. You could look at Austin Eckler over for rushing yards as well. The only thing that steered me away from that is he doesn't have a high rate of success at home with that. But the Steelers' run defense has been atrocious lately. And Eckler is certainly capable if they give him the football. Also looked at his rushing and receiving line, which was about 95.5. That wasn't a bad look. Steelers not allowing a ton of receiving yards to running backs, though. So I kind of got steered off that one. Those are a few things I looked at. And I honestly looked at Justin Herbert's over for passing yards, too, because of the injuries. But, again, with him, he's had, some recent struggles here where he hasn't eclipsed that number. So I think I landed on these, and I felt great about these. So, I wish you all the best of luck here tonight, guys. If you did enjoy the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I always appreciate that. Good luck on your bets this evening. I hope we all cash out. That's the goal. We want to get this 3-0, so let's get it. Let's have a good night tonight. You all have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you next time. Peace out.